Make sure you subscribe today to get all the latest FIFA 20 news, updates, and career mode content. So welcome back to another FIFA 20 update video. EA is fixing the game. This is the best game in the world, and we have title update number 7. 7 updates since September. At least I've got content to make because of the amount of patches they're bringing out, but hey, words are only words. Every time I read these things, you know, the game feels the same or even worse sometimes. So we're going to take this with a grain of salt again. We're going to read the gameplay stuff, the ultimate team fixes, the career mode fix, and whatever else comes in this pitch notes / essay. And yeah, we're going to be also taking a look at the faces that came. I'm going to be talking about them a little bit as well. So as always, if you do enjoy the video, please leave a thumbs up because it always helps in the YouTube algorithm, you know, that kind of stuff. But let's get into it. Mr. Zaro, who has come out of the missing persons unit, has put out a post here on the forums. The Twitter is still gone, but the forum, he's still a bit active. I don't know what he's doing there. But we got this thing here. Hey FIFA fans, the latest title update for FIFA 20 is now available on PC and will be available for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One at a later date. So as usual, it's coming out on the PC right now. Everyone can download it on the PC, but the people on the consoles have to wait. Last week's update came out like a week after the PC, so you know, who knows when this one is going to come out. It could come out by Friday, could come out next Tuesday, no one really knows. So yeah, you just have to be patient. So let's start with the new faces. And apparently they've made the following changes. So they've added 29 new star heads. Now in yesterday's video, I only found 26. So there's 3 missing ones. There could be women's faces that we haven't found yet. I haven't seen anything on Twitter at the moment about these missing faces. All I know is that these faces have come from the promoted teams like Norwich, Aston Villa, and Sheffield United. And I haven't seen any from PSG and stuff. We all know PSG got scanned, but no faces in the game at the moment. So there's 3 missing. I'm not sure who they are. But when I find out, I'll probably put it in one of the news shows that I do. And yeah, you have to wait for the server update as well, just like every other update this year. So once you download the title update, you won't get the faces until they apply the squad update. So that could be a few days after. It's just like normal, like you just have to wait for another squad update after you download it. Apparently there's also updates to multiple stadiums, badges, shoes, balls, ad boards, and kits. I'm not sure which ones they are exactly at the moment, but once I get more information, I'll probably throw them in this weekend's FIFA 20 news show episode, so make sure you stay tuned. But also there has been some updates to some of the broadcast packages. Now, the one that I know of is the Premier League. I will throw in some clips there. There's a new color scheme and stuff, so just check out this package now. This is what it looks like. So let's move on to a general fix, and apparently they've addressed the following issue. Visual corruption when entering, exiting, and re-entering team management from the pause menu during a match. So if anyone had that issue, they've fixed that one. Let's move on to a kickoff issue, and they've addressed the following issues in kickoff. Live form arrows were not displaying in team management prior to a match. So if you weren't seeing the arrows, they've fixed that one as well. So we're going to move on to some Volta stuff now. And just before we get into it, you know, this update doesn't really do much with the game modes. It's more about the gameplay and the faces. So, yeah, there's really nothing in terms of the game modes and stuff. So, we're going to talk about Volta, and they've addressed the following issues. The team management screen was inaccessible during kickoff Volta football survival matches. After scoring a goal, the scorer's name was sometimes not displaying during a kickoff. Update to the Open Winter FC Windbreaker jacket not displaying on the avatar in Volta Football. So if anyone's still playing that game mode, they've fixed those issues. So let's move on to everyone's favorite part of the video, career mode fixes. And I can't wait to see what they've fixed, man. I hope they fix the fixture congestion, the Barcelona kit appearing in the news tile for different clubs. Oh wait, no. They've addressed the following issue. Visual corruption when opening the action list in the squad hub after exiting the contract negotiation scene in some situations. That's about it. This is basically the bug that they were referring to. When you would come out of the transfer negotiation scene, sometimes your squad hub would start playing up where you don't get any of the text, any of the options. It's just like a thing that looks sort of like a clock hand that just appears on your screen and there's nothing you can do. So that's basically the only bug they've fixed for career mode in this update. We now move on to some FIFA Ultimate Team stuff, and there's actually a few fixes more than career mode and stuff. But they've made the following changes. Added a matches played counter on the squad battles opponent select screen. This matches played counter tracks the first 40 played and / or skipped weekly competition matches. Once all 40 weekly competition matches have been played or skipped, any further matches played in squad battles will not have any impact on the weekly score until the next squad battles competition begins. So here we have a comparison before on the left, after on the right, and basically when you're in squad battles now and you're on like the team selection menu, you will see that there is like a tab there that says how many matches they played. So that's all they've added here. I'm not sure how useful this is because it is an offline sort of base game. You're not versing online players, you know, but I guess they decided to throw it in for some reason. Address the following issues. The UI and player items were sometimes loading in at different times during kit selection. An incorrect Foot Champions rank crest was sometimes displaying on the Foot Online tab and Foot Hub, but this was a visual issue only. So that's pretty much it when it comes to Ultimate Team. We now move on to some general gameplay fixes, and there is a bit to read here in terms of the gameplay stuff. This is where the focus was for this update. So they've made the following changes. Increase the effectiveness of shots taken from 50 feet or closer to the target. So that is 15.24 meters if you do the conversion. These shots will now be less likely to be impacted by error. The impact of ball velocity and vertical ball velocity on all types of shots inside the box has been reduced. The target in this context is the exact location of where the ball is expected to go, determined through a mixture of directional input and the shooting assistance setting. This change is intended to bring shooting closer in line with how it is portrayed on the real life pitch. So they're going for realism, so you should see more realistic shots now according to the words of the developer. Next up, we have improved accuracy of ground passes when performed in easy passing situations. An easy passing situation generally occurs when there is no pressure from the defending team and when the pass is performed at a reasonable angle and distance. This change does not impact through passes and lob passes. So they've also increased the speed of ground passes performed during goal kicks, free kicks and corner kicks. So when you do those set pieces and you decide to pass it, the speed of the pass is going to be a bit quicker. And penalty takers will no longer move their heads once the shoot action is performed. The penalty taker's head will lock to the middle once the run-up begins. This does not affect the ability to continue aiming the kick during the run-up. So I'll probably throw in a quick comparison between how it looks now versus how it looked before. Now, I don't think it's too realistic, but this is a video game at the end of the day, and people online were probably reading the head movement and like easily saving the penalties, so that's why they probably changed it. So we have a comparison. On the left is the before, on the right is the after, and there really is not much difference. Like, you would really have to slow it down probably to really notice it, but I think Salah on the right keeps his head more central for more of the run-up until he's about to hit the ball. And I think the Salah on the left doesn't really have his head locked centrally, it's more towards the left. It's very hard to describe because it's really very, very close between the two clips, but I guess all you have to do is just pause it maybe, slow it down a little bit, and see if you can notice anything as well. I put this little freeze frame here, and as you can see, like, Salah's head is facing more centrally on the right, and on the left it's more diagonal. You know, with the black bar you can sort of see the difference in the degree, the angle, and that's the only thing I could notice. We've still got a few issues to go. They've addressed the following issues. Instances of a user-controlled player not being able to manually player switch to a different player during a standing tackle action. This issue was affecting player switching with the right stick and the player switch button. The camera was sometimes taking too long to transition during goal kicks and corner kicks. Slightly increased the impact of high attributes on error reduction for certain regular shot situations, such as high-powered and under-pressure shots. The change impacts all shots, including finesse and chip shots. On a side note, they did introduce the new squad update for the 19th of November, which means all the faces can now be applied onto the PC version. This will come out on consoles a day after the title update appears. And they did add one high-potential player. We have a new wonder kid in FIFA 20. This guy is 16 years old, coming in with a 90 potential and a 70 overall. Not bad for a 16-year-old. His name is Eduardo Camavinga, who plays for Stade Rennais. Now, I probably butchered both of those names, so forgive me. But when I do my squad update video later on this week, I will definitely take a look at this guy. And then we might even do a growth test on the weekend for this guy as well. So yeah, I'm excited to see him added into the game now. But anyway, those are the things that you need to know about this week's FIFA 20 update. If you need something else to watch, make sure you hit the card in the middle. It'll take you to another FIFA video of mine. I'll see you next time.